This video concerns part 2, Gerry Molloy set up, but it also concerns my campaign which will start from Monday on, concerning stopping guards being prosecutors in the district court. I was arrested last week for drunken, disorderly and threatening behaviour under the Public Order Act, and I appeared in court today and I was defending myself, and the judge, there was a death in the family yesterday, so I couldn't make the applications, so I asked the judge to record that my presence is here without prejudice. So she said, did I want a disclosure application? The prosecution sergeant, who's there every day prosecuting cases, stood up and said he wants a 2-month adjournment, which means no disclosure, that he's seeking directions from the DPP and there may be more charges. In effect, what he was doing was he was looking for a 2-month adjournment so as I couldn't get a disclosure. So in 2 months' time, if I go in front of the court and he says, oh, there's no charges pending, we're ready to proceed, and I say, can I have a copy of the Garda camera where I came out of the pub, the Garda camera that had me up in Parnell Street, the Garda camera that had me up in Hyde Road, and when I passed the railway station, could I have copies of that? Do you know what he'd say? Judge, them cameras are all overwritten, all that evidence is all gone, it's all deleted. I can prove that I was followed by senior guards. I was stalked, and an attempt was made to provoke a breach of the peace, and I made an arrest on the guard. They have my footage, they have their footage, they have all the Garda cameras. So what I'm saying to people is this: guards have me charged, I'm alleging that they're the criminals, but the guards are prosecuting me and they're in charge of the disclosure. Now that is savage. And the fact that he objected to disclosure, then I put it to him, because of the death in the family, I didn't want to make applications, but I was forced into making an application, which I gave him notice, that I was objecting to any prosecutor from Limerick, because I had a number of guards, including the guard that approached me on the night on YouTube, but I called him a liar. And I also said, I also have the sergeant on YouTube committing a criminal offence. And the judge said, are you aware of this, to the sergeant? He denied that he knew that I had him on YouTube committing a criminal offence. The judge stated, put him on notice of any application, and I said I did already last week by email, and I read out the email, and the judge asked the sergeant, are you aware of this email? He denied that he was aware of my emails. So from Monday on, I'm going to follow this case and prove I'm innocent, that I was stalked by guards, that I wasn't intoxicated to such an extent that I was a danger to myself or the public. I had a few drinks and I was walking up home, but I was stalked, I was mocked, and I recorded them. I read out the registration of a car in their presence to prove I wasn't intoxicated and a danger to myself. Now that footage is going to go missing, and so is theirs. And that sergeant today thought all the other footage has gone missing, but it's not, because I've requested it within minutes after the court case. So that will be seized, and I want them investigated. And I stated in my email this morning, I want an investigation from guards outside Limerick. Not alone to prove whether I'm guilty, but to prove whether I'm innocent. So from here on in, I'm getting guards stopped from being prosecutors where it concerns their own force. There should be an independent person dealing with me today and making a disclosure. If I'm right about guards stalking me and following me, I know they were. How can a guard prosecute you on their behalf and deal with the disclosure? He's going to cover up everything. So this is Gerry Molloy Set Up Part 2. Look at Set Up Part 1 where they tried the same. They said I was so intoxicated, I was a danger to myself and the public. I was handcuffed walking into the guard station, got out of a car on my own years ago. But I also got out of a car on my own this time without any handcuffs and put my hands in the air to let them know I wasn't intoxicated. I've looked for that footage and I demand all the footage I get. So from here on in I'll be asking people to sign a book to have guards removed from the district court as prosecutors. And I'd like to thank the court staff for having me called early because of the death in my family yesterday. And I explained to the judge I wasn't fully prepared because of the death. So I thank the staff for having me called.